All right, well, let's do... We'll do the review.
Okay, go for it, mate. I know you did Sean C.
I did do Sean C.
Let me guess the album. Tell me, give me a clue.
I don't know any other... It's...
Did it come out this year?
I think so, and it's based off a cartoon.
Oh.
Like, it's got references to an old... maybe not cartoon. That might have been its origin, but like an animation kind of thing.
I know you said last week that I liked it.
You do like it.
Based off a cartoon.
What were you going to say before I said that?
I was going to say something by Big Crit, but no, I don't think it's that.
Nah.
Based off a cartoon.
Don't say cartoon, but like sort of children's thing. It may be animated, like stop animation kind of thing.
I don't fucking know.
Igor by Tyler, the Creator.
Igor. There you go.
Igor from Frankenstein.
Alright. Wasn't not expecting that. That's random. Fucking cartoon.
Did you know that? Like Igor is a character from Frankenstein? Because I learnt that while watching this.
Yeah, I did know that, but I didn't know that was what it was about.
Yeah.
I know it's his alter ego.
Oh, okay.
Igor.
Okay. It's meant to be... This is a little insight to my review of the review.
Right.
But it's meant to be like an outsider, a castaway kind of character looking into a normal human's life.
Yeah.
So
And it's also his alter ego, because I know in the song he says, if the cops come, bitch, I'm Igor. He says that.
I like that.
Alright, so go for it, mate.
All right, so I thought it would be interesting to do an album that I haven't heard.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll sort of explain how I interpreted what was in the album just by using Sean's words. He starts off by giving the watchers some context behind Tyler. First, he does like a little skit to show how fans have reacted to Tyler's rebrand.
Like the old... He did 911 Mr. Lonely, didn't he, at the start?
Yeah, he was
he
like
did
dancing
like
to it in
yeah.
like a dress and heels and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He sort of showed how they get excited over how much progress he's going to make emotionally. He then gives context to Tyler's career, that for like 12 years he was just a huge troll that no one took seriously. But after the rebrand, everyone is dissecting every single word he says, and sometimes a little too much. I won't go track by track like I do in my album reviews. I'll sort of gloss over the highlights. But all throughout, he's trying to work out what it is that the album is trying to say. He pulls lines from songs to help solidify his theory. First, he said that Tyler is Igor from Frankenstein and Igor is falling in love. And then throughout the next few songs, as Tyler opens up and shares a little bit more, Sean pivots a little bit and says that Igor, previously looking at life as if he's an alien with no emotion, no understanding of love, is now infatuated over someone. They have bled into every aspect of his life, and there's no escaping thinking about this person. He then notices a lyric, "Boy, you're sweet as sugar, diabetic to the first degree." And he says, wait, I think this is about a guy. That's what that alluded to. And he sort of pivots again as more information is given, and he says that Tyler is infatuated over this, probably a guy, but that person isn't ready yet. Whether that be to return affection in public or come out as officially dating, this person isn't quite ready, and Tyler's confused about that. He starts to wonder if he's loved as much as he's loving.
Yeah.
So you can see that Sean is like properly dissecting each song and like what it is that Tyler is trying to say, and he's building upon that as the album progresses, shifting his interpretation as needed. He went into detail about how well thought out the concept is. The massive amount of synth porn gave it a very 80s alien movie kind of vibe.
Yeah, I said that too in my review, that it was
Yeah.
very synth heavy, Tyler relied on it a lot.
Yeah.
But it matches his vibe perfectly, because a lot of synths sort of evoke a different emotion from people, and it's sort of like much more heavy on people. Like it's like very orchestral and very grand.
Yeah, it's a very full sound. So he took that sort of, like he saw that it was like an 80s alien kind of movie, and then linked that back to Tyler previously, before falling in love, being an alien.
Yep.
Like not understanding love or emotion or anything like that. So that was really cool, seeing that connection. I never really made that. Like I sort of knew it was like an old sort of alien movie kind of thing, and I sort of knew that Tyler was looking at love sort of like an alien, but for some reason I never made the connection that like even through the beat he's telling a story. He comes up with a pretty cool analogy to describe it as well. It's like an alien comes to Earth to destroy all humans, and then he sees a pretty girl, falls in love, and completely forgets about the mission. Completely forgets about everything. All he's focusing on is this person. That's the only thing in his brain. No matter what he's doing, that person is in his brain. That's who he's thinking of. He mentioned that Tyler sang a little bit, and although he's not a very good singer, he didn't go like very far with it. He kept the pitch of his voice as it was, like as if he's talking kind of thing.
Yep.
And although Sean did say it would be cool if he sort of explored a little bit more melodically, it seemed like Tyler knew his limits and he didn't want to jeopardize the quality of the album by going outside of his limits.
Yeah.
So that's my review of the review. He ended up giving it an 8 out of 10.
That's fair.
But I think next time I'm going to do a review of a bad album so I can see how Sean reacts, because both of the times that I've seen Sean do a review, it's of a good album.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen him critique one. I've just seen him, like there, he said like Tyler knew his limits and he sort of stayed within them to keep the quality of the album. But it would have been cool to see him explore it. Like, that's not really a critique.
Exactly.
So I do want to see how Sean performs like with that. But I do really like the way that you can see Sean developing his theory as the album plays out. That's really, really cool. Like I said last time I did the review with Melon, because it's not a first listen, you don't know what he's doing between listening to it and then giving you the review.
Yeah.
So you don't really know how genuine it is. Like, he could have input from friends. He could be like scrolling through Reddit, like, furiously trying to like press refresh, waiting for someone to say something about it so he can build upon that.
Yeah.
But Sean is just here listening to it, develops a very solid theory as each song comes out, and he pivots a little bit as new information is given to make it like suit perfectly. And you can see his brain like trying to work it out like right there and then. You know that there's no other input. That's just it. And you definitely know it's his first time listening to it as well, because no one can act that well. Like, when he hears something good, he's like, oh.
Yeah.
And he's loving it. So you can definitely tell that it is his first time listening. And he is really good. He also, like, while doing all of that, like, I think that is how you review an album. I understand wanting to give it a few listens. I did check his album and he doesn't do like a week later kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that would be cool, because like, I don't know about you, but hype definitely affects me when I first listen to a new album from an artist that I really like.
Definitely, yeah.
Like when I listened to Zoo by Denzel Curry. Overall, it's like maybe a 6.
Yeah.
Because it was new Denzel Curry music, I was loving it. Same as Beer Bongs and Bentleys by Post. So it would be cool if Sean could do like a week after kind of thing to let the hype sort of die down a little bit. I think that would sort of, maybe that's what his rating takes into account, because it was an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Not a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, exactly.
But his reaction there, it is definitely like full of hype. He could even include that in the video as well. Or maybe he wants to release it as soon as possible. But like a sort of a week later listen would be a cool thing to do. But I do like that you're getting his like raw reaction kind of thing. And I think
sauce.
Yeah. I think that's a big difference between The Needle Drop and Sean C. That you're seeing his genuine reaction and like no other input. You're getting his actual opinion.
I think so too. I like that. Like that thought.
So next time I'm going to review a bad album, or review a video of Sean C's where he does a bad album, and then I'm going to move on to another reviewer. I'm going to just think of a popular album and search review, and then click on someone with like 50 views.
Okay.
Yeah.